welcome back. March is National Kidney Month, and according to the CDC, Florida ranks third in the nation for kidney disease-related deaths. 33% of adults in the U.S. are at risk for developing kidney disease. And here to talk more about this is Dr. Karim Ankou with Tampa General Hospital Advanced Kidney Care in Palm Beach County. Dr. Ankou, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. So first, let's talk about the signs and symptoms of kidney disease.
Right. Well, actually, one of the most important things you need to know is that a majority of people with early onset kidney disease have no signs or symptoms. It's really picked up through routine screenings through your family doctor.
So it's called the silent killer, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Millions of people have it and don't even know it.
So what does that mean? I mean, what kind of tests do we have to have done to check for that?
Right. Well, one of the most important things you can do is go to your family doctor once a year and get routine screenings through blood and urine. And in the blood, the family doctor can check markers to make sure your kidney function is okay, as well as in the urine. There might be some blood or protein in the urine. That might be a sign that there may be something wrong with the kidneys, which might mean that you might need to see someone like myself.
Mm-hmm. So why is maintaining kidney health so important? I mean, if we don't maintain them healthy, what could happen?
Right. Well, the kidneys, I like to say, are the unsung heroes of the body. They do so much. They're the natural filtration system and remove waste products and extra fluid. And their job is to make sure that the whole body works as well as possible. And so it's really important to keep them healthy and surviving for as long as possible.
All right. So what are some of the risk factors there?
Well, the majority of risk factors that I like to talk about are namely four. The number one is diabetes. Diabetes and trying to control your blood sugar as well as possible is really, really important. It's one of the number one causes for kidney disease in the United States of America. The number two cause would be high blood pressure. People with high blood pressure can cause kidney disease, and so you want to make sure you control your blood pressure as well as possible and take your prescribed medications.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, three and four. No, go ahead.
And the number three cause is smoking. So people who smoke, they don't just get lung cancer, they can also have kidney disease. And so if you're a long-time smoker, still keep trying to quit. And of course, the number four cause is a chronic pain medication that millions of people take. They're called non-steroidals. And so they're namely ibuprofen, Motrin, Aleve. They're great pain meds, but chronic use of them over time can cause damage to the kidneys.
All right, before we wrap up here, let's talk about kidney stones. How can people avoid that?
Well, kidney stones are awful, and anyone who's had one would not want to have another one. So one of the most things you can do is drink lots of water. But when you're at the restaurant and the waiter asks for lemon, add the lemon.
Okay.
Lemon to the water naturally alkalizes the urine to decrease your risk of future kidney stones.
All right, anything else, doctor, you want to add before we wrap up?
No, thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate it.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Dr. Ankou. And everything he just spoke about, you can find on our website right now, WPBF.com. Just go ahead and search Kidney Month, and it will all pop up there for you. Vanessa, over to you.
And good